Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Welcome to the Armory. Welcome to Full Time Sports Network. Welcome to Arsenal News. This is going to be a quick one. It won't be very long. There's going to be some updates on certain players, including Declan Rice, Caicedo, Gundogan, Castagna. And the main thing will be Arsenal Stream Award results. I have got them. I have calculated all of them, and the results are in. Big up to Ollie. Hope you're doing well. Big up to King. Hope you're doing well. And big up to Colm. Hope you're doing well too. Look, I have to be honest regarding certain things that we're just waiting for an announcement for one player at the moment for the Arsenal. So it could happen today. It could happen tomorrow. We might have to wait till England have played next week. Let's just wait. I am 100% sure it is done. I'm confident. Colm's going with the shirt rating. Thank you very much, Colm. Look, you know what I have to do in my day job, so I have to look fairly smart for that. So look, I'd love to be wearing a football shirt, especially in this weather. It is extremely hot. But let's get into the news. Less about my shirts. Right, so Arsenal want 3 new signings by July. That is 100%. We would like 4, if we could be perfectly honest. But 3 is what we're planning on right now. That will be a fullback and 2 midfielders. We kind of already know one, let's be honest. We're just waiting for confirmation. Once that confirmation comes in, we will then do another stream talking about that specific signing. When we talk about Caicedo, that one is less likely right now. It is more likely Chelsea will be signing him. Gundogan, the offers are on the table. We've got a better offer than Man City. Not as good as Barcelona, but obviously Saudi Arabia also coming in as well. Let's wait and see what Gundogan's decision is. No one knows. That is totally in Gundogan's decision making. And so it should be. He's a free agent, so he can do whatever he wants. Big up to Chris. He's just joined in. Hi, mate. Hope you're well. Yeah, I hate this weather too. Being a ginger person, I hate this weather. It absolutely kills me. There's a funny story because obviously I'm ex-army. I've had to go elsewhere. There is a funny story, which is definitely for another stream. But yeah, me and hot weather do not get on. So yeah. Big up to you, Chris. Right. Let's talk about Castagna. The likelihood is once we get the first signing, a second signing will not be far behind. It will be like a few days, if that. And it probably will be the fullback. So, is it Castagna? Castagna at the moment, the deal is there to be had. Leicester City wants to sell. The fee is fairly good, not for me, but it is what it is. And then obviously throughout the rest of the summer, the window, it will be an attacking midfielder, possibly right winger. Okay, so I've literally got Sky Sports on in the background. It's in my ear as well, so I'm just waiting to see if it does break. Whilst there's other breaking news that I'm waiting for as well. So. Then it will be a centre back. So we've got a lot to do. Arsenal need another full back, ideally left back if Tierney leaves, 2 midfielders, and another striker. Look, striker I don't think is possible right now. It depends on sales, if I'm honest, with the Arsenal. But a right winger stroke attacking midfielder that can possibly play number 9 is a possibility. There is a link with Mr. Diaby. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But it's the midfield. The midfield is what we need to strengthen. Now, I can't see Caicedo as of right now. His agent is not the easiest to deal with. Chelsea are definitely front runners for that right now. So I can't see that changing as I speak right now. So I definitely can't say that he's coming. Gundogan could be an interesting one because obviously that's a free signing. It has no bearing on our transfer budget. And then it'll be fullback. So fullback will be very interesting. Big up to Colm. Yes, Colm has got awards. That Colm, if you can post the link, if you can, in the chat. I don't know if you can, but if not, it's on Twitter. So yeah, please vote. There is a show later. It's the FTSN award ceremony. So yeah, let's just have a look. Can get better than Castagno. Yeah, I'm not the greatest fan of him, if I'm honest. Are we still in the market for centre for? We will look. The Balogun situation is odd. I have to be honest. Look, Balogun for me is 100% going. There is talks between Arsenal and Balogun's team as of right now, but Balogun wants first team football. Simple. So unless Arteta is going to somehow fit him into our first team or guarantee him minutes, I just can't see it happening. Balogun doesn't even fit our system. So for me, I'm pretty sure on this, Balogun will be sold. He is being lined up for a lot of moves in Italy. The fee that Arsenal want is 40 million. It's perfect for us, if I'm honest. 40 million for us allows us to spend elsewhere. So yeah, for me, Balogun's gone. I'm going to be disappointed, but he's someone I'm going to watch once he leaves. I will, follow him in his career because I think he's very good. He just doesn't fit our system, and that's absolutely fine. And sometimes it just happens. Can't see you getting both Rice and Caicedo. The money is there to get both, but yeah, I can't see it right now. I think Chelsea will probably get Caicedo, even if I'm honest. Castagno isn't Arsenal level. I'd rather promote Walters. I get where you're coming from with that, but there's a new story that I'm breaking in a bit. It hasn't really been on Twitter. It hasn't really been anywhere. So I will talk about it in a bit at the end of the show. But because a right back is not going to be at Arsenal, I can see why we're trying to get a versatile fullback once again that can play on the right and can play on the left. And he's got experience. He's got good experience. He's got a good relationship with Trossard. A lot of people are worried about the amount of players that we might bring in, like having an issue within the team. The fact that Castagno knows Trossard very well says to me that we're not have an issue. So I'm not too worried too much about that. Colm saying Amrabat. Here is the link. Thank you, Colm, for posting that. Please do vote for this. Honestly, it's very, very awesome of what Colm's doing. I have voted myself, and I have taken my Arsenal hat off on this as well. So yeah, please do get vote. I reckon KSC will want to keep him, as Luke mentioned before. Is this regarding Balogun? KSC are not too worried about where someone's from or, if it's positive for themselves. Look, Balogun's not going to sign a new deal. As of right now, Balogun is not signing a new deal. So I would rather get the money that we can get right now and just move on from it. Big up to Anthony Herbert. Big up. Hope we get some good players in the window. Anything to try and knock Man City off the top. Well, this is why Arsenal need to go big this summer, and we are going to go big because after this season, we are reverting back to our self-sustainability. So what we bring in, we then buy some new. So it will be a different model after this summer. This will be the last big summer that we need, and it makes sense. We have a certain profile that we go for, and it makes absolute sense that's right. All right, Mbappe it is. Funny enough, King, I am going to be talking about Mbappe in this stream. I will explain why in a bit. So yes, Mbappe is actually being talked about today. I'll explain why. Right, let's move on to this next story, which is Arsenal standing strong with buying and selling. I obviously did put it in the title as Arsenal showing Cahones, and there is El Cajon. It's a bit of a fun little thing there. But basically what I'm saying is Arsenal are preparing themselves and making themselves look a credible team for buying and selling. So we are not going to be forced to whimper to whatever someone else wants to pay for one of our players. So like Tierney, Balogun. If you want Balogun, you pay 40 million. Simple as. Even if there's other ways of getting to the 40 million, we'll accept it. But the fee is 40 million. Same with Tierney. We have a certain amount that we want for Tierney. We will only accept that amount, even if it's done in a different structure. That's absolutely right. Anthony says, I hope Tierney stays. I really do. He's definitely going, mate. Definitely prepare yourself for Kieran Tierney to leave, because he will be leaving. I'm sure we'll get a good fee. I hope we do. But yeah, it's likely to be Aston Villa or Newcastle as of right now. That could change. Once again, look, the window hasn't officially opened until tomorrow. So a lot of this is a lot of talk at the moment. But the window opens tomorrow. That's when everyone will go into full power mode. It's been a little bit third gear at the moment. It will be full power tomorrow. Mbappe is going to United, says Colin. Well, we'll talk about Mbappe in a bit. Right. So, over the past week or so, I have been doing streams, which has been the Arsenal rewards for last season. There have been 8 categories. Obviously, we've been rating each player as well. We haven't done a full one on those, but we have done everyone's game of the season, player of the season, etc., etc. Right. There has been 602 votes. I have calculated them. This is the first, second, and third in each category. Gumza, I will warn you, if you are watching this, please switch off, because you will not be happy. Moss, also, you might want to switch off, because you will not be happy. I did not choose these. These are all what was the number one votes from each category from the 602 people that voted. So big up to everyone. But here we go. Right. So the game of the season was the 3-2 win against Manchester United. In second was the 4-2 win against Aston Villa. In third place was the Newcastle 2-0 win at St James's Park. Let's move on to the next. No, he didn't. King, you're spot on. No, he didn't. Let's move on to the next category, which is the shock of the season. The shock of the season, according to 602 people, was the title challenge, followed closely by the no red cards. And third was the club atmosphere. And by that, they meant the relationship between the fans and the players and the manager and the actual club itself. They absolutely loved it. And I actually totally agree with this. I think it's absolutely beautiful to see the club atmosphere. So brilliant stuff. Let's move on to the next one. Disappointing player of the season was quite shocking, I have to be honest. Gabriel Jesus was the most disappointing player of the season, followed closely by Fabio Vieira, then Eddie Nketiah. Not my votes, I promise you. This is nothing. Oh, I have one vote. I had one vote in this. I did not decide this. Yes, the United gun. Yeah, people just loved it. I think it's something to do with the rivalry between the two of us. I think that's what it was. Look, the people that voted were mainly Arsenal, but there were a lot of non-Arsenal fans that got involved as well, and big up to them. But honestly, guys, really appreciate everyone that voted, especially the type of people that have voted. You know, they've got other really big, important jobs to do within the football industry, and they all spent time voting. So big up to everybody that got involved. I love you all. I absolutely love working with them all as well, because a lot of them are my colleagues. Right, let's move on to Unsung Person of the Year. And this reward went to Albert Stuyvenberg. Airpod Albert. Well done, Airpod Albert. Followed closely by Aaron Ramsdale. And thirdly, closely followed by Richard Garlick. Now, I did get an extra 50 votes last night. And I think it might have something to do with the sleeper deal, if I'm honest. But guys, I agree with this again. Albert Stuyvenberg, he is not talked about as enough. He is Arteta's number 2. Aaron Ramsdale, brilliant season. Been brilliant in goal. Yes, made mistakes. But again, he's not really talked about as much as other players are. And Richard Garlick, yes. The new deals that we've got for our players have been so important. It will be important for our future. So, yeah, Richard Garlick, well done. You got third. Right, let's move on to flop signing of the season. Unsurprisingly, this was Fabio Vieira's reward. Pretty much everybody went for this. followed by Kivior, followed by Jesus. Now, to be fair, we didn't have that many signings to choose from, so it doesn't surprise me that Jesus snuck in there a little bit. Neither Kivior, but Fabio Vieira got over 50% of the vote. So sorry, Fabio, but you were the flop signing of the season. Look, I know the term is very, very harsh of flop signing, but everyone has one. So we had to have one. So look, it is what it is. Let's hope next season. Well, to be fair, actually, next season someone's going to be it again. So, but it's going to be hard. Who's going to be the number one? But there you go. It is what it is. Right. Let's signing of the season went to Leandro Trossard, followed by Matt Turner, and then Zinchenko. I totally agree with this again. Trossard came in January, hit the ground running. Matt Turner, not much talked about, but he's had 4 clean sheets in the 7 games that he played. And Zinchenko brought a lot of passion. He needs to bring a bit more defending, but his passion is definitely there. You can clearly see it. Right. Young player of the season. Unsurprisingly, this was over 50% for Saka, followed closely by Martinelli, and Saliba was third. Now, a lot of people forgot that Saliba only just turned 22. So he was just about in there. So big ups to Saliba. They got third. Right, player of the season. This is going to shock people. And Gumza and Moss, please tune out because you will not be happy. Player of the season, people, was Granit Xhaka. Followed closely by Saka. And then third was Gabriel. Odegaard came in 5th, if I remember correctly. So, yeah. But Granit Xhaka, look. I loved the guy when we signed him. I was very excited when we signed him. We never played him in the position that suited him. And we've now finally seen what I knew we were signing when we signed him from the Bundesliga. The fact that he's got... There's probably a lot of sentiment behind this vote as well. So I don't want to comment on that one, Cole. I know the type of people that I speak to. So exactly. For me, at the end of the day, it's an Arsenal player. Martinelli, I only did the top 3. Martinelli did have a lot of votes. Odegaard had a lot of votes too. It was open to every single player. There was no shortlist. It was literally. I've just seen I'm doing a job. Look, it's been a big system. It's taken 602 votes to get all this. But guys, I love the fact that everyone got involved. It was absolutely brilliant to do. It made me smile. I did 4 different streams. Luke was one of them. Tony yesterday. I've done one with Canners and Gumza. I've done one with Moss and Satvik. We've got as many people involved from all over the world to do this, and honestly, I've loved doing it. It's been an absolute pleasure. But yeah, Odegaard. Look, people saw it differently, and that's why I do this. Now, Odegaard wasn't a million miles away. He was like 5th on the list. But everyone was entitled to be voted for, and I wasn't going to tell anyone that was wrong or right on the situation. Everyone sees it differently. But that is it. That is all the results from it. So thank you ever so much for taking part. It was been so fun to do, and I really, really enjoyed it. Right, let's move on to 2 bits of paper talk. And yes, Mbappe is there. See, Mbappe has announced that he will not be signing a new deal at Real Madrid. Paris Saint-Germain. Look, is it feasible for Arsenal to sign him this summer? No. Is it possible that we could sign him next season if there is no way that Mbappe gets sold this summer? Absolutely. We've got every chance next summer. That's why I've put it there. That it's very, very possible that we could sign him next season on a free. But Cole, you are probably right that there is a possible chance that United get him. There is a possible chance that City get him. Look, there's only a few clubs that can have the ability to get him. And to be honest, we are one of them. So let's wait and see. But this next story is going to be a bit of a breaking one because not a lot of people are talking about it, but it is something that needs to be talked about because has a bearing on why we're looking at a fullback still. So Sheffield Wednesday are eyeing up a loan move for Brick Norton Coffee next summer. Well, this summer. So yeah, I think it's a fantastic move for him if he does make it. I kind of wish it wasn't for a team that I think will be challenging, like struggling in the Championship. If I'm honest, I think Sheffield Wednesday will be pushing on very far. If I'm honest, look, we got to wait and see. But I think this will be the last low move of his career. If I'm honest, I think after next season, we will know exactly where we are with him. Like, is he going to make it at Arsenal, or does he need to go out? And to be honest, we'll make quite good money on him because he is very good. But that is the end of the news. To be honest, as I said, it was going to be a quick one. If there is any breaking news, and I'm keeping on news as I speak, I will be back. But I don't expect to be back until Thursday at the moment, which will be back at 9 a.m. to do the reaction to the fixtures that are being released on Thursday for the Premier League. So I will be back with Tony, possibly Sean as well from Paxton Road. So yeah, let's just quickly go and look at the comments before we wrap it up. Xhaka played well this season, but let's not forget what he did to the club. Yeah, look, like I said, this was all down to personal opinion. I was not going to say if you're wrong or right. Everyone was entitled to have a vote. There was some votes for some other players that no one even talks about. So that Granit Xhaka got the most votes. So it is what it is. Someone needs to check on Moss. Yes, I will check on him later when he watches this later. Odegaard was 5th. Moss will be outraged. Mbappe on 650 a week at PSG. No way Arsenal offer him anything close to that. I think wages-wise, you kind of need to forget about it a little bit from Mbappe. Arsenal could be in the mix next summer. If he decides to stay and see out his career, we'll see out his contract at PSG, watch his space with Arsenal and Mbappe. That's all I'm saying. It's possible. Next summer, it's possible. This summer, impossible. So, yeah, not happening. Qatar in, Mbappe in. Says Cole, if he goes City, it's game over. Good. I hope Wednesday go down. Send this lad to Donny instead. No, too much of a low level. And that's not me having a dig at Donny. Norton Coffee needs to play at a high level right now because he is very good. And Mbappe and move to Real Madrid, it is inevitable. But let's just wait and see. We don't know what he's going to decide this summer. Obviously, PSG are going to have a big part of this as well. You know, so they're still his player. So let's wait and see, guys. But as I said, it's a quick stream. I will update when I can, when possible. If there's breaking news, I will do my best to break it with you. But just keep an eye on the news for the next few days. There is something bubbling away in the background that is getting very, 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 very close, guys. Really appreciate it. Are you worried about spending majority of budget on rice? Well, it's not really the majority because we will spend about 100 million on rice. We will then sell a lot. We'll have that 200 million again. So not really. Look, I think he's very, very vital for the way that we want to play. So Coventry not in for beer. No, they're not. Not at the moment. I don't know why. If I'm honest, I don't know why. Look, we'll wait and see. But currently, Sheffield Wednesday are definitely looking in. Probably something to do with the wages as well. They probably can offer him more as well. PSG are going to right direction, getting rid of all egos. Yeah, true. I think there is definitely issues at PSG with the certain big players. So yeah, getting rid of them would be definitely a good idea. No. I think we will break the spending record for Arsenal season. Yes. I definitely expect 300 plus to be spent this summer at Arsenal. It will be a very interesting summer. I've warned everyone this will be the best summer. The summer we've never seen at Arsenal before. So, guys, really appreciate it. Take care for now. Speak to you later. Bye bye.